On February 18th, 1546, Martin Luther died. He'd come back to his hometown, Eisleben, in order to settle a family spat between two brothers that was tearing up the town and the congregation. Toward the end of his life, we know that Luther became increasingly bitter and wrote some terrible things, terrible anti-Judaic writings. And in fact, some in the Reformation movement weren't sure it would go on after his death. Luther, it is said, wrote on a little scrap of paper and put it in his pocket just before he died, "We are all beggars." Now, we do know that in spite of Luther's human flaws, some of them egregious, in spite of the uncertainty of the Reformation, Luther had a deep sense of the presence of God. And it is said that just before his death, he remembered the day 30 years before when he realized it was not our righteousness, but it was God's righteousness. And it was the power of God's word that creates faith and brings life. So Luther, even in these confused, difficult final days in a cold February in Germany, was able to die in the confidence that God cared for him and was holding him. The church now is going through all kinds of upheavals, and it might seem like our movement might not go on, that we're not always at our best, but clearly, Luther and others have shown that perhaps God's strength is made more perfect in weakness. And we have this treasure in earthen vessels so that the glory and promise and hope of Christ can shine through. Be well, dear church.